Transitioning here, so I'm going to make a grip on the collar. I sit back, my feet go to the biceps. From here, I'm making a sleeve grip. I kick out, and I put my De La Riva hook in. Right from here, I got the balloon sweep up. Right, if he squats, I can change the angle, go for the sweep. I can step the hip, go for the arm lock. Right. The biggest threat in the De La Riva is when he steps over this leg. Right. So when he steps over my leg. So if I got collar, sleeve, and he steps over, look, I'm putting the lasso in. Okay? From here, I'm stretching my leg deep, and if he's pinning my foot, right, look, I'm on my toes, and I'm going to be squaring back up here. Okay? Sometimes, too, we can just bring our foot inside and square up off the bicep, right? So it's not always off the floor. And here with our lasso, we're going meow style, right? So I'm stretching my leg deep, straightening it, and then I'm turning and adjusting my hips pointing up, and I'm winding this arm like a rope around my leg, right? From here, I have balloon sweep option, right? And I have the omoplata option here, okay? If I don't feel like either of those, right? I'm deep enough, look, I'm gonna let go of the sleeve and hold the ankle. I'm going to let go of the sleeve, hold the ankle. My hip sometimes needs to go up to thread this De La Riva hook in, okay? Now I'm playing collar, ankle, okay? Again, biggest threat is when he steps over, right? So here he steps over. Look, I'm bringing my knees to my chest, kicking him up, and resetting the position. Sometimes I kick him up, and we land kind of like here, right? So he's down on one knee, yep. So now we're going to work on the transition to waiter sweep and X guard, right? So from here I had the collar. Look, I'm going to elevate using my hook under the knee. So this hook, my hand comes underneath, and I start climbing this to my bicep. From here, if I want to do the waiter sweep, my hand comes under the leg, right? I start shooting my bottom leg through, and I'm coming here, and I'm trying to bring my hands together here, right? When I go for the sweep, I stretch them out, and then down. I can come up into the over underpass, or I can duck under the spar leg and come up into the leg drag. Other option is transitioning to the X. So we're here, collar, ankle, he steps over, I kick him up, boom. He's down on that knee, look. I'm bringing my knees up, switch 1, 2. Now I'm framing the shin, leg comes underneath. I want both my knees wide here. Okay, now I can stretch and come up for the X, right? Or whatever I want to do from the X guard, okay? So here also, if he starts to kill my hook, right? So if he starts to kill this hook and this hook, look, I'm going to plant my foot on the ground, and again, I'm trying to hip out and change this angle. So I'm going to be here, toes on the mat, change the angle, and then we can start to go for the back. If he breaks the collar grip, right? So it's here, he breaks the collar grip. Now we're playing like it's no gi, okay? I'm gonna take my foot from the hip because here it's easily leg drag, right? And hook it behind the knee. From here, I'm gonna be changing my angle. So I'm gonna be shifting to my right hip, okay? So here, look, I stretch, shift. Right from here, I'm reaching for the far leg. Or if he goes to the knee, I'm doing the X and the waiter sweep transitions. From here, right, I'm putting my knee, or my shin behind his knee, and my legs here, right? From here, it's going to be like a scissor. Boom. Yeah, so here, right, I can go collar, ankle. And again, I'm just going to be pushing away this thigh. So here, I want to make him step with it too. So here, we push away this thigh, and now we can start to sit up for the single, right? So if I really want to go for it, I can do it kind of like explosively. So I'm going to push the thigh, stretch my leg at the same time, and I'm coming up on the single. So I'm stretching the guy, coming up, here, and finishing. The De La Riva here too, right? So if I'm here and he starts to control this leg, I make my sleeve grip, right? Boom, kick through, come back to the hip, and now I need to break his posture. So my foot goes in the thigh. Again, I use this thigh kick away a lot. Keep control of the sleeve. I can sit up, start to pass through, and go. Right? We can also be playing like a lasso de la Hiva here, right? So I stretch, lasso hook comes in, right? We can go down this way, or so you go for the back, or for the old body. From here also we can transition into the overhook X, right? So here, look, I can start to like stretch, or sometimes I'll push the toes on the inside of the thigh here, so I can stretch, lean, and shoot this through. Now I'm coming into my X, right? So my overhook X, single leg X, right? So we got the Marcelo sweep, right? All it is just pushing the hip and pulling the heel up and through. Okay, so I'm here, my feet are tight. I'm holding the heel. I'm not wrapping deep like the foot lock, right? So here I'm just kind of cupping the back of the heel. I push, and I start to elevate this through and come up. Okay. Some other options to retain this guard and defend against this back step, right? This is the biggest threat, the back step. Here he kills one hook, boom, back step's heavy, right? So we gotta watch out for this. So a couple options. Start a little bit. One, to control these pants, right? If I can get these pants, then he's not backstepping, right? Two is gonna be to control the collar, right? So if I have the collar here, I need to worry about him maybe coming through or over my leg, right? But if I stay tight and I stay balled up, I'm kind of okay. And then what can happen too is, like, if he starts to fight this foot off the hip, boom, I can do the same kind of idea as the reset from the De La Hiva. So I kick him up and then come back, right, and stretch. Right, if his knee turns down ever, bring the leg over the back, K-guard style, and here, transitioning. Right, same thing from this position. Right, over here, I have the X, I stretch, boom, I can fold this knee down and come over for the K-guard, right? If he backsteps, right, sometimes, yeah, here, look, I'm gonna try and kick my knee out, like so, way out, and come over the top. From here, K-guard, boom, start working to the back.